Hello, we just finished meeting for Tuesday's pronunciation group, and it was such a nice small group. I love it when it's small enough that I can hear everybody and give everybody feedback. Um, so hopefully this will be a good reminder for you if you were there, and if not, maybe you can join us next time. So the first one, literary, literary. And that's a lot of so make sure your tongue curls back but never touches the top of your mouth. Literary. And 4, you have 2 options. You can say literature, literature, 1, 2, 3, 4, literature. Or you can make it shorter and say literature, literature, literature. And 5, you have options. You can say literally, literally, or make it shorter, literally, literally. 6 is an example of you don't have to say the T. You could say straighten or hold your tongue in the T position, which is the same as the N position, and say straighten, straighten. That creates the second syllable, straighten. 7, uninhabited, uninhabited. And that's a lot of touching for the D position, uninhabited. 8, subordinate. And you can say it with the D, din, subordinate. Or make it a little shorter and not make a clear D, just hold your tongue in the N position, subordinate, subordinate. It's a very tiny difference. 9, you don't have to say the T. I would say the majority of mainstream American English speakers don't pronounce the T often. So you're making fin, often. And if you want to say the T, you can. You'll hear some people say often. Both are correct. 10, adult. I'm holding my T in the T position. Adult. Both of the vowels are adult, adult. 11, toddler, toddler. So I guess I should put a little mark by that first D, because the D and the L are made in the same place. Your tongue goes up here, Todd, and hold it until you release it for the L, lur, toddler. 12, wheel. It's not exactly 2 syllables, but it almost is. So when you say we, your tongue should go up very high. And then when you come down for the L, wheel, it should make a Y sound. Wheel, wheel. And the very correct pronunciation of we will, the contraction, wheel. Although in most speech, connected speech, if I say we'll meet you there, it gets shortened to will meet you there. And that's totally fine. Oh, I didn't do the phrases. Somebody had written, this episode contains adult content. So both adult and content, hold the T. Behind the wheel. And wheat thins is there because somebody asked, do you say the airflow for the H like wheel? And I use the example of the TV commercial with wheat thins. And no, we don't use the extra air that we used to, I mean, ages ago, but not anymore. It's just wheel and wheat. 13 and 14 and 15 are examples of shortening and making the n noise. Enlighten, enlighten. 14, shorten, shorten. And you can say shortening or even shorter, shortening. And to me, I was thinking of a Crisco brand to cook with. 16, pizzeria, pizzeria. And you can think of pizza as pizza, like pizza nice guy. We don't say the Z's. We say pizza, pizza. 17, dogs. This was an example of when does an S look like an S but sound like a Z. It's when it follows a voiced sound. So when you have vibration in your throat, dog is voiced. So the Z follows it, dogs. If you say cats, is voiceless. You won't feel any vibration when you make a t. So the S looks like an S and sounds like an S. Cats. But if the word ends with an S or sounds that are in similar position, you have to move your tongue down and put it back up. And in between there, you're making a vowel or a voiced sound. So then it sounds like uz. So buses. You are releasing your tongue from that position and putting it back up. And then you have, in the meantime, turned on your voice. So now the plural will, I didn't make that plural, buses and brushes. There. George's, making it possessive. Oprah. Oprah. The Oprah Winfrey Show. McDonald's. I don't have to say k. I can just hold my tongue in the K position. McDonald's. McDonald's. Buzz. I put B-U-H because I'm thinking of and I usually put U-H to represent So with a Z. Buzz. And 25, bugs. You have to stop the airflow by making a g, by putting the back of your tongue very high. Bugs. Bugs. And bucks. 26, bucks. Stopping the airflow with a K and releasing it with an S. Bucks. 27, 20. You don't hear the T. You can say 20, but in general, most people won't have the T and it'll say 20, like 20 bucks. 30, that T changes to a D. 30. And the same for 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. 13. 13. April. April. And can't. I didn't spell this with the AE combination. It's kind of hard to do, but remember that it's a, as in hat, and cat. Can't. When we use the negative, we don't pronounce the T. We just hold the tongue there. Can't. So it will sound like the positive I can, but if you hear the vowel a, it's negative. I can't go. I can't go. If you don't hear the can sound at all, it will be shorter, can, and then the emphasis will be on the action. I can go. I can, and that's the positive. I can see that. I can see that. I can understand that. But still, it's confusing. And if you really need to make sure, you can say yes, you can, or no, you can't. 32, August. I know it's spelled A-U, but it's just ah. Awesome August. August. 33, patriotic. Patriotic. And 34, patriotism. 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 35, area. Area. 36, enforcement. Enforcement. 37, pedia. Pediatrician. Pediatrician. 38, clubhouse. Clubhouse. 39, apocalyptic. Apocalyptic. 40, helicopter. Helicopter. 41, suburban. Suburban. 42, mount, no T, mount. You're saying ow, mount. And you have two choices. You can say Everest with 3, or 2, Everest. I think 2 is more common. So Mount Everest. I should put a little mark there. I'm not going to say that T either. Everest. And same here. Fascinate. 43. Fascinate. 44. Bourbon. I put this on there. Bourbon. 45. 45 is tricky because the word fail is almost two syllables because you're going very high for fay and then sliding down and making an L. So it's almost fail. Fail. If you go slowly, you can feel your tongue making that movement. Failure. Failure. As opposed to failure, which came up. So think of it as your at the end, like her. Failure. And 46, burden. That sounds very similar to 44. The only difference is the B and the D. 44, bourbon. 46, burden. That's it. Okay, that's it. Thank you very much if you could come. And if not, then I hope to see you in the future, Tuesdays at noon Eastern Central Time. And that have a good day.